In this quick video, as the sun rises, we're going to go over what happened in the Mets win last night and why that win needs to be a critical foundation for it to come. Did the Mets come back when trailing after 8 last game? No. But what they did do was finally show some guts when adversity struck. They were down 6-1 after the 4th inning. They came back to tie it in a single inning, and they then went on to actually win the game. The Mets have had a very tough time coming back from deficits. But what's really infuriated me a lot of the time and why I thought they wouldn't make the postseason was because even when they do come back from deficits, they just cannot actually win the game. They just lay down and die whenever they do that. Against the Marlins, for example, down 8-2 in the middle of the 3rd inning. They come back and tie the game at 8 in the 6th. However, Ty Rogers then allows a run to score in the top of the 7th and the bottom of the 7th. A runner hits a triple on 0 outs, and nobody can score them, which is pathetic, beyond feeble. And then Diaz allows 2 more runs in the 9th. The Mets lose 11-8. Against the Guardians, down 5-0 in the middle of the 6th inning. In the 8th, tied up at 5. Have the winning run on 3rd with 1 out at 2 points in the game. Can't score them, lose the game. That's sort of what's been going on at a macro scale. On a micro scale, we've had a lot of 3-run comebacks that the Mets have completed just to then lose the game. Multiple times the Mets have come back in the 9th just to lose the game. They had 4 separate games where they came back in the 9th inning to tie it, and they could never win a single one of those opportunities. The Mets just really, couldn't grow a pair to save their lives, and they finally did, even if it was with the assistance of an error on the Cubs' part. Because what made me think that this game might be different is that after the Mets tied up in the 5th, in the 6th, Lindor gave the Mets the lead with an RBI single. However, bottom of the 6th, Gregory Soto is foolishly pulled early, and Ty Rogers blows the save. The Mets then had more trouble in the 7th before they got PCA to strike out. Alvarez hit a 2-run bomb in the top of the 8th, and then the Mets just used Diaz from there to secure the save and lock down the victory. But there's still a lot of issues with the Mets that need to be addressed. David Peterson is one big issue. After he rightfully earned All-Star honors, he has just collapsed since then. Really, in the month of August, he's just collapsed in general. August 1st, he goes 6 innings pitched, allows 2 earned runs, which is a pretty good outing. And after that, goes 6 innings pitched, allows 4 earned runs. He earned the loss, though granted the Mets offense scored only 1 run, so he would have had to have been nearly perfect to have not earned the loss. But still, it does equate to an ERA of 6, so it's not a great outing. It's not a quality start. And then after that was his outing of death. 95-minute rain delay, cruises through 3 innings with a 6-0 lead, gives it right back. Braves score 9 in an inning. He goes 3 1/3 innings, winds up allowing 6 earned runs against the Braves. And for a guy who's earned losses or no decisions in games where he feel like he should have earned a win or no decision, that was a time when he really deserved to earn a loss, but didn't because he already had a 6-0 lead. And yeah, the Mets lost the game. Makes up for it though by going 8 innings pitched of 1-run ball against the Nationals. Before on the Braves, he goes 5 2/3 innings and allows 2 runs. And the Mets lose that game, though. Granted, not a quality start, not a good outing, not a horrendous one. unlike 2 innings pitched, 8 earned runs. The Mets came back before losing the game, so he still got spared from the loss. But holy shit, that was a pitiful outing by him to only go 2 innings pitched and to allow 8 earned runs in that time. After that, it didn't really get much better for David Peterford. Got the win in his next start against the Reds by going 5 1/3 and allowing 4 runs. So basically doing the bare minimum needed to win. His next outing, it was in the Mets losing streak. It was against the Phillies, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. He did leave in line for the win before Reed Garrett blew it. But, I mean, he did not pitch very well. He had a 4-0 lead, and he let the Phillies right back into the game. Not totally his fault why the Phillies won, but you got to put some blame on David Peterson in that one, even though he left in line for the win. And then against the Padres, 5 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. And then, I mean, what happened against the Cubs today, even though the Mets won the game, 1 1/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. He is unpitchable in a postseason, and if the final start of the season comes down to him, you can't give it to him. You just can't, because this guy can't do it. I don't know what you do. You just can't have him go out there in the final start of the season. I'd say Tom Glavine style, but at least Glavine was unexpected when he imploded. Peterson's been very predictably bad.